Everybody, Vince August here. It is Wednesday, May 20th, and living another Groundhog's Day here in New Jersey. You guys know Groundhog's Day. What is that? February 2nd out in Pennsylvania when they pull out Punxsutawney Phil from his hole. And if he sees his shadow, you have 6 more weeks of winter. Well, we do the same thing here in New Jersey. We pull Governor Phil out of his hole, and if he sees his shadow, we have 6 more weeks of lockdown. That's right. And I have to tell you, the similar, well, maybe just I see it. Anyway, so we are being sold right now on what is a new norm. That's right, the new norm. And one of the things I heard that's going to be a new norm is washing your hands 6 times a day. Think about it. Wash your hands 6 times a day. Doesn't seem like that much of an inconvenience, right? But no, I'm not doing that. That is ridiculous. Listen, no one touches themselves 6 times a day unless you're a teenage boy. But no one, what do I work in a poultry factory that I need to wash my hands 6 times a day? What am I doing here in this office? I need to wash my hands 6 times a day. Look, this is the fear being put on us as a society by our media, by our government, to try to just manipulate our minds. Listen, there's no reason out there for me to ever have washed my hands 6 times a day. I'm 50 years old. I wash my hands 2-3 times a day, or when I dirty them. Okay, this is ridiculous. This is the type of stuff we're being sold. This is gonna be your new norm, everybody. Well, you can keep your new norm. I like original norm, okay? Because based on that logic, I suppose we're gonna get rid of things like CPR and Heimlich maneuver. I guess stop rescuing and saving people in despair, because if you see somebody, say, choking in a restaurant, I guess you have to say, well, let's see, there's a 100% chance that person's going to choke. If I go and try to save them, though, let's see, there's, based on testing and what we know right now in the data, there's about a 9% chance I could get the coronavirus. There's about an 80% chance I won't even know because I will be completely asymptomatic. There's a 10% chance I'll get sick, and after like 3 or 4 days, I'll feel better. There's another 10% chance I'm going to get really sick, and if I have underlying comorbidities, then there's a 2% chance I'll actually die from, what? They choked to death? They're dead? Oh, okay. Well, then in that case, I'm going to go back to my plastic tube and finish my dinner. No, listen. This is not something I'm willing to accept. I am not going to let the government and the media continually trying to scare me into what they want me to do. Look, right now, you know what they do? They scare you into their homes. And when they want, they will scare you out of your homes. And if you don't believe me, well, let's look at history from way back when and what's still happening now. Waco, Texas. Remember, those people were just staying at home. You know, the way we're ordered right now to not leave, they were just staying at home. And our government couldn't stand it. They couldn't stand it so much that they couldn't wait to go in there, and they went in there. And those people burned to death. Now, whether or not it was a suicide pact and you believe what some of the survivors say or the FBI say, the bottom line is they didn't have to do anything. They could have just waited. But our government doesn't want to wait. They want to tell you what to do. And if you say, well, you picked something from way back in the 90s, Vin? No, because this just happened. That's right. If you don't believe me, look up Breonna Taylor and Kenneth Walker. These were 2 people that, you know what they were doing? They were just staying home. That's right. And the cops decided on doing a no-knock warrant and rushing the house and shooting at these 2 people in there. And when one of the person was defending themselves against what they thought was an intruder, guess who got arrested? Kenneth Walker. Guess who's dead? Breonna Taylor. That's right. And all they were doing was staying at home. That wasn't until the government didn't want them to stay at home and barged in. They could have just knocked on the door and tried to get them out. But much like Waco, no, we don't do that. Listen, people, you could be scared into washing your hands and not touching people and living in a cubicle and being scared into staying at home and not staying. Or you could look and say, you know what? How did I get to where I am today? That's right, I just lived my life in a sensible way. We keep hearing how data determines dates. Well, maybe sensibility supplies solutions.